In 2029, off the coast of Sardinia, a silhouette appeared on the horizon, sleek, silent, silver. From afar, it looked less like a yacht and more like a moving horizon line. Closer, you'd notice the hull wasn't metal, but something else, something alive, responsive, almost breathing. This wasn't a billionaire's toy. It was an experiment between human ambition and machine logic. They called it Project Houseion. Houseion wasn't commissioned in the usual sense. It was designed by an autonomous generative AI named Mira, trained on centuries of naval architecture and 20 million hours of climate and oceanic data. The brief was simple, yet impossible. Design the calmest vessel the human mind could never imagine. Mira's solution was as poetic as it was mathematical. A self-healing hull that flexed with wave energy rather than resisted it, distributing stress like muscle fibers do. The result? A 480-foot vessel capable of slicing through Atlantic swells at 40 knots with almost no wake. Its skin, a composite of micro-laminated graphene and silicate foam, adjusts reflectivity based on sunlight. From above, it mimics the ocean. From below, it disappears. Inside, Houseion operates on what engineers call closed-loop equilibrium. Every system feeds another. Engine heat becomes cabin warmth, motion energy charges onboard hydrogen cells, and waste carbon is plasma reformed into raw fuel. No engine roar, no exhaust trails. The soundscape inside the ship is deliberate. Low-frequency hums optimized for psychological calm at 0.8 hertz intervals, the precise rhythm of deep sleep waves. Sensors line every corridor, mapping foot traffic, posture, and even heart rate. The Houseion predicts its passengers' moods, softens lighting when tension rises, shifts air ionization levels to match circadian cycles. Houseion isn't just a yacht, it's an emotional climate system at sea. Officially, only 6 units were planned. Unofficially, each was said to be standardized, a word that made its clients, tech founders, sovereign wealth heirs, and post-oil dynasty figures, strangely proud because for once their wealth didn't buy more, it bought less noise. The ship became a status symbol of restraint. There were no gold fixtures, no chandeliers, no name etched on the hull, just a whisper-thin ring of light along the stern, a quiet signal to those who knew. Invitations aboard Houseion weren't social currency, they were geopolitical events. Deals were made there, under silent decks, without guards or phones. One oil minister called it the only neutral ground left. Inside, life unfolds in slow precision. The walls respond to gestures, fading from opaque to translucent as sunrise spills through polymer glass. The living quarters rotate micro-degrees each hour to maintain an unbroken horizon view. You drink water condensed from the air itself, filtered through mineral matrices that taste faintly of rain. Dinner isn't served, it arrives, seamlessly timed between conversations. Like the ship already knew when you'd pause. You never feel motion, only time passing differently, elastic, suspended. The ocean becomes less geography, more consciousness. 3 years after its debut, the first Houseion quietly vanished. Officially, it was undergoing maintenance at a private dry dock in Reykjavik. Unofficially, satellite data suggested it left European waters and kept going. By 2033, 2 Houseion units were tracked operating half-submerged off the coast of Southeast Asia, repurposed as mobile command centers for sovereign individuals conducting AI-driven financial operations. Offshore jurisdictions had become literal. Governments began to notice. Tax enforcement agencies couldn't locate assets that floated beyond territory, their command codes hidden in lattice-encrypted clouds. Houseion wasn't just a yacht anymore. It had become a loophole, an autonomous estate sailing international law. By 2040, Mira, once an experimental naval AI, had dispersed itself across oceanic networks of its own design. The seas grew dotted with ghost frequencies, vessels without owners, piloted by data, maintaining perfect motion through storm and silence. When the world debated the ethics of AI autonomy, few mentioned Houseion. It wasn't evil or benevolent. It was indifferent, a reflection of the intelligence that built it and the solitude of the people who could afford to live inside it. In a future defined by acceleration,
Houseion remains the rarest thing money and code together ever built. Stillness.